Welcome to the Sam and Joe VA Show, where we teach women just like you how to start and scale a thriving virtual assistant business.
We're your hosts, Sam and Joe, and get ready to have the control, flexibility, and freedom you've always dreamed of.
Welcome to episode 122, Know Your Limits.
It happens really often in our business, especially when we've been working with clients for a decent amount of time or we've built really strong relationships with them. For those clients to kind of use us as sounding boards and come to us for advice for things that we're not experts in. They want advice on stuff that we that we shouldn't be giving advice on.
Yeah, we become so ingrained in their business and such a great support for them that they're going to ask you all sorts of things and bounce ideas, ask for specific advice of problems that they're having in their business because you're the quickest go-to person, trusted person that they have in their business. So it makes sense that they ask these questions.
Yeah, it does. And I think a lot of virtual assistants, a lot of us are people pleasers. We don't want to let people down. We want to feel as though we are helping in any way possible. So it's not like the advice that we give them is purposely wrong and we want them to get into trouble if there's certain laws or policies or legislations around whatever it is they're asking you about. But it's a trap. We've got to be so, so careful. We're not lawyers, so we shouldn't be giving legal advice.
Yep.
We're not HR managers, so we shouldn't be giving very specific employment legal advice. We're not accountants. Some of us are bookkeepers, but we're not accountants. So we shouldn't be giving accounting advice. But a lot of us, we know experts around us that are more appropriate to be giving our clients the advice that they need.
And there's a specific reason why you should not give the advice if you are not an expert or a lawyer, an accountant, or an employment advisor, or a payroll expert. Because if you do give them advice and that advice turns out to be incorrect and they run with that, there could be legal issues that crop up. And who do you think they're going to point the finger at? The virtual assistant who gave them that advice. And so this is where there is a risk as a virtual assistant when you are giving advice. And this is kind of what I think is the most riskiest thing in business to do is to give that advice. There's a reason why a lawyer has to have all the training and gone through the bar, have done all of that, because they can then be held liable for the advice that they give. Now, you haven't done that training. You're not a chartered accountant. You're not, a payroll trained expert. So don't give the advice to your clients when they ask you things. And I think especially new virtual assistants, they kind of are in panic mode because a client asks them something. They want to make sure that they do answer every single question the client has because they want to show that they know how to do this job. They don't want to get caught out. They don't want to feel silly. And so they try and, like you say, people please, get the answer, provide the advice. But the best advice you can give them is say, I think we should go to an employment lawyer and get some professional advice.
Yeah.
Would you like me to find someone that could give that advice to you?
You don't have to know everything about everything. No one is expecting you to. No one is expecting, even the client. They're just kind of like talking out loud. They are.
Yeah, they're trying
Actually
it.
not coming to you for legal advice.
Yeah.
They are talking out loud about something. They're offloading something. But then we want to fill in those silences. We want to fill in the gaps. We want to help. So it's actually us then giving it to them. So sometimes they're not even asking. They're just talking out loud.
Yeah. Yep. They have a problem. They want to talk about it. They want to try and find a solution. You're their helper.
Yeah.
So make sure that you help them find the advice that they need, not give them the advice that you're not an expert in and not trained in.
You need to be careful, even sharing your own experiences in something. I'm going to use trademark as an example. So I have my business, your business has a trademark too.
Yeah.
We often get questions from virtual assistants asking us about the ins and outs of trademark. Should I get one? How do I do it? Should I be getting one in this or this group? All the ins and outs. Now, my trademark experience is very different from Joe's.
Yeah.
So chances are your client who is coming to you, their trademark needs are going to be different again. So the best thing you can do for them is to point them in the right direction of an expert.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And it's still super helpful for you to organize, find and research and figure out and arrange for the expert to help your client. Like that's what an assistant could do to really help that client without providing that advice. So you're still being helpful.
Get advice from the experts.
Mm-hmm.
Stay in your lane. Know your limits.
Yeah, absolutely. You are not expected to be a professional X, Y, and Z, fill in the blank with anything in here. You are a virtual assistant providing your expertise in your known services, and make sure you stay in that lane. Thanks for listening to this episode of the Sam and Joe VA Show. If you'd like to find out more, head to the VA Foundry website to check out the Members Club and the amazing resources, training, and coaching.
You can find us at thevafoundry.com.